Hi guys, it's Gabe here. So today we're talking about transitioning advice and stuff I wish I would have known when I transitioned. So one of the few things that I wish I knew is that how long people are going to take when using your preferred pronouns and your preferred name, especially if you're one of those people who can't really stick to a name for more than maybe like a few days. That you have to kind of like give people time, but you kind of need to know the limit between how much time you're giving them and people who are just really persistent and are just being passive aggressive. They don't want to support you. Like they say they support you, but they're being passive aggressive on it when in reality they really don't support you, but they just do it anyway, just out of spite. So those are like the people that transition kind of acts as like a filter for people. Like you get to know who your real friends are and those that were just there for you until this came up and it's just a deal breaker for them, so you can like sort of weed those out. It's going to be a major change in your life, and with major change in your life comes even more major changes in your life affected by such a thing like transition, because you're going to know who your real friends are and who to avoid and who's going to really take a little more time, especially if they're family, not like, friends that you could just like find new people that would really support you. And so one of the things I want to say is that don't expect that everybody that's in your life right now to still be in your life after transition. I had the luck of having most of my friends stick with me. Like I almost had like didn't really have any animosity towards anyone. No one was saying these things outside of my family. My family was like the only ones that were like not very supportive. But aside with friends, they were just like, okay, so your name's gonna be Gabe. That's fine. Second thing that appeared when I was transitioning that nobody really talked about is how you're perceived as a guy. Like people start taking things a lot more seriously, and that like people come to you and like would rather listen to your authority than what your authority was like when you were assigned female at birth or perceived as female. So privileges are going to change, and you have to kind of acknowledge those privileges, especially when talking about feminism, if you're into those sort of topics, because you're not in the same position you were pre-T or being perceived in the same position pre-T, because there's people out there who identify as male even before when their body didn't exactly match their identity. So that's something you have to be aware of, like your privileges, because not only did you gain male privileges, there's also other kinds of privileges that has been afforded to you that you kind of need to check yourself on when you're addressing things like feminism. A couple more things. Be prepared to prepare for the worst, really. Because when you come out to your family or say like, I'm going to start testosterone, I'm going to be changing my name to this, it's best to have like your options open and have friends at this time, because you never know how your parents are going to react, because like at a drop of a hat you could be made homeless. So always arrange to have like someone who is willing to let you stay with them for a few days until everything blows over, because you don't really know how your family is going to act. They can act supportive of people that are trans, but for them to find out that their child or relative or someone close to them is trans, it's another kind of can of worms, really. So always be prepared for the worst, and also be prepared to deal with ignorant people, because as you transition, even like in institutions like hospitals and stuff, they're not really geared toward transgender people, although that has been slowly changing. Same thing with school. You're gonna have to like fight with them, and because the world is not really made for us yet, but I'm just saying the reality of things. So be prepared to fight a lot with like your school or doctors or everything. You gotta fight for have everything covered by your insurance, because trust me, it's like an uphill battle, but the wait is worth it. And also that like things are really gonna change in your life. Anyone who says otherwise either just didn't notice what they were missing or anything. So these are things you have to be prepared for. And I think that's it in this video. I mean, those are the tips that I would really recommend that you take note of and be aware of while you're transitioning, or you're about to transition, or you're going through another phase of your transition in your life. These are things that you have to be aware of. So I will see you guys next Saturday. I hope you guys have a good weekend, and well, enjoy your spring. All right? Peace.